a call came through, and I thought it was the Apple Store. So as I was saying earlier, here from the North Pole already, Santa and one of his elves, very early to Florida. Doesn't mess around. Okay, so I want to talk about this sentencing being delayed by the most corrupt judge in the history of American judges, at least in the modern era. And, you know, you would think that in this day and age, with so much information out there, right? X, YouTube, all these different things, where everything is immediately known by every single person, that corruption would be down, because when you do something corrupt like this judge, everybody knows what you've done. But this Judge Merchan, he does not seem to care. Welcome. Yeah, I am at the mall. I'm here to get my iPhone repaired, and I have to wait an hour because I got locked out of my phone, and before I can get back in, it will take an hour, and they can't fix it until it's unlocked. So I was going to do a live stream this evening from home, but since I got to wait an hour, I thought I would do a live stream now walking around the mall. This is the Boca Town Center Mall in Boca Raton, Florida, where I live. It's a nice mall. Don't believe all the dead mall stuff. This mall is the opposite of dead. It's pretty busy, actually. So anyway, let's get back to the sentencing. The sentencing being delayed. Now, I'm watching the legal analysis on television earlier about the New York sentencing, and they're talking about Judge Merchan and Turley and all these others. They're giving all this analysis like it is a legitimate legal proceeding. All their legal analysis is total BS because the judge is a criminal. The judge in the New York case, his daughter is a fundraiser for the Democrat Party. She's raised at least $100 million from Democrats on the promise of putting President Trump in prison. So the daughter, it's not her money, it's the judge's money. They were donating money to the judge through the daughter. The daughter is to Judge Merchan what Hunter is to Joe. Okay, so here's a Porsche on display. It's got the sticker. You want to see how much this Porsche is? Well, it is a nice car. I don't like the color. You like the color? Let's see what the price is. Let's see. Welcome. Let's see here. Oh, okay. $133,790. It's a Porsche 2024 Panorama. It is the worst color. I mean, this is like the color of like vomit. Who would buy a Porsche this color? So when I'm listening to Turley and all of these jerks give their legal analysis of the judge and what he's going to do today, they all left out the corruption with the daughter, and that she took the $100 million in donations. And by the way, those donations, she is part owner, a partner in one of these professional fundraising companies. So she gets a commission on that. That $100 million they raised, she gets a commission. What the commission is, we don't know, but it's probably 15 to 20%. So $15 to $20 million minimum. Okay, the judge's daughter got. And of course, the judge's daughter wasn't the one getting the money. It is, of course, for the judge himself. And this judge, and this is where they were off on all of their analysis, okay? Their legal analysis means absolutely nothing because the judge had no choice but to do whatever the people that paid the daughter the money and the donations wanted him to do. even if the judge wanted to toss the case because he knows there's no case and wanted to do the right thing because he's so deep over his head, they took the money, so they got to do whatever the people that paid the daughter the money wanted to do. And it just pissed me off that this elephant in the room isn't being discussed during all of this analysis on television today. Just totally pissed me off. And I think most of you guys agree with that, don't you? Yeah, it's hardcore corruption. And not only is it 100% corruption, they're doing it in the age of social media right before our very eyes. It's completely insane. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe. Yeah, mall's pretty busy for a Tuesday afternoon, isn't it? You see all these things on television about dead malls. This mall is the opposite of a dead mall. Bloomingdale's. Swarovski crystal. Oh my goodness. Now, the judge, you know, this is the question you got to ask yourself about the judge. Is the judge at all nervous about this case continuing? Now, this Wentworth Gallery, they just closed, and they have celebrities come here all the time. Look at this. They've got Elvis Costello coming here in January, and then Paul Stanley. And if you buy the art, you get to meet him. And I'm a big Elvis Costello fan. A big Elvis Costello fan. I would love to meet Elvis Costello. But I was looking at the artwork, and it was like $2,000 for some art that I don't even want. So there's no way I'm going to spend minimum $2,000 to buy Elvis Costello artwork. As much as I'd like to meet Elvis Costello. Does anyone else like Elvis Costello? My wife says Elvis Costello cannot sing. I'm not going to disagree with that, but I'm still a fan of Elvis Costello. So anyway, how can the television news, when I say the television news, I'm talking about Fox. How can Fox not mention that the daughter has raised $100 million? Not only did the daughter raise $100 million from Democrats on the promise of putting Trump in prison, the judge left seats open in the courtroom throughout the trial, Christmas is early here in Boca, that were reserved so that the daughter could come in with clients so that they could sit in the courtroom and watch Trump on trial. Now, so far as I'm concerned, that's like paying for a seat at the Trump trials, and the judge was a party to it. So the judge has basically been selling seats to sit in his courtroom so people could sit there and get their jollies off watching Trump on trial, these Democrat donors. And I'm watching Turley and these other legal minds on television. No one mentioned any of this. Just completely pissed me off. Just completely pissed me off. Now, when my daughter lived here at home, I was here at the mall all the time because when my daughter was a teenager, you know, they always want something from the mall. But like I say, I'm only here to get my iPhone fixed. Now this story here, Lush. You've never heard of Elvis Costello? Elvis Costello, he's an 80s singer. Kind of like a punk rock, new wave kind of singer, Elvis Costello. So this place, Lush, I went in here once with my daughter. My daughter was buying some things, and she's like, Dad, you gotta buy some soap at Lush. We go in here, and this guy helps us. and he says to me, what's your skin type? I'm like, my skin type? I don't know, white? I don't know what even that means. I said to my daughter, what does that even mean? But, no, so the judge refusing to end the case, like there's any legal, and Bragg said that he's wants to return to the case in 2029. This is Neiman Marcus. They're all decked out for Christmas at Neiman Marcus. 2029. So after Trump's glorious second term, Bragg still wants to come back with this trumped up case. The judge should be the one getting sentenced. Bragg should be the one facing trial with his co-conspirator. What is this? A fancy candy store. And I don't know, is that ice cream or gelato? I don't know, it looks pretty fancy. Well, this is a fancy mall. This mall, it's the mall by my house. This is the Boca Town Center Mall in Boca Raton. And it's not unusual to see celebrities here. I've seen a couple celebrities here, and this is actually the mall that Ben Shapiro and his wife shop at. But, I was looking at the judge's pictures that they put on TV, and we haven't seen anything but these old posed photographs of his. And I see this guy, and I'm thinking, has there ever been a judge in the age of color television, since color television was in American households, that was more corrupt? I really need to get a new pair of shoes, but I'm on my MAGA scooter, so I don't know. Let me see what they got. Let me look and see if there's any new Vans in. Because I need it. What I need is a... hey there. No, I can't go in because they're playing music loud. So I can't do that on YouTube. And I don't think there has been a judge even close to being as corrupt as this guy. Not since color television has been in American living rooms. There just hasn't. You haven't been to a mall in 5 years? I cannot remember the last time I'm at the mall. I've been to any mall either. This is a strange store. Kind of anime store. I'm only here because of the Apple store to fix my phone. If I knew it was going to be so involved, I wouldn't have been here. So what happened is I forgot my Apple password, and I got locked out of my phone. So it takes an hour before you can reset your password. So I'm waiting for that, and they've got the parts and everything. So when the hour is up, I'm going to go back to the store. I'm halfway through the hour now, and reset my password and get it fixed. Now, right behind that wall used to be a Sears, and the Sears closed down, and they put this bizarre, I don't know what this is, the Harvest Patio up a few years ago. I don't think I've been to the mall in maybe a year. I think I might have come here to go Christmas shopping last Christmas, and that was about it. I mean, don't most of you do your shopping online? Malls are dying. Not this one. This mall is, I'm at a bad end of it, and it is Tuesday afternoon. This mall is very busy. It has a lot of high-end stores in it. I don't know. You know, I was watching actually on YouTube a couple weeks ago. There was a CNBC special on malls dying, and they were showing something on. It was CNBC, you know, an economic thing, and it made a lot of sense to me. And they said, while it's true that malls are shutting down, strip malls are on the rise, and a lot of major retailers that used to be anchor stores in malls, right, like this, are now like anchor stores in strip centers. So are the malls dying because people aren't shopping, or are people more likely to go to the strip centers? And what they were saying on CNBC is that people have not stopped shopping as much as the public thinks. They've just been going to the strip malls. I don't know. I'm not sure how true that is. The Sawgrass Mills Mall is still busy. It's too busy to go to. I hate that mall. I've seen a couple of like B celebrities here. My daughter was here. She's run into a couple of B celebrities shopping in here. I give you a level of what I like B celebrity. Like I was here once, and I forgot her name, but Hulk Hogan's daughter was here shopping. What's Hulk Hogan's daughter's name? And she was walking through the mall here shopping. I said hi to her. I can't remember her name though. Well, everybody was saying hi to her. Most shop online, yeah. I mean, here I am at the mall. I'm not buying anything. I'm just getting my phone repaired. I would have been like done by now if I knew my Apple password. I thought I did, and I typed it in and it was wrong. And I'm like, well, okay, it's one of three things, and I was wrong all three times, and then I got locked out. Yeah, Brooke, that's right, Brooke. That's Hulk Hogan's daughter. Yeah, I saw her here once. I saw an actor that is on a Nickelodeon show that I used to watch with my daughter, iCarly. My daughter ran into Post Malone shopping here at one of the stores. This is a very nice mall. It is a very nice mall. But it's worth me waiting to get it fixed, because for me to come out of my way on another day will take longer than the wait time. And I really don't have time on another day just to come here. I'm just happy that it's covered by the Apple Care. I've had Apple Care on all my devices for years and years and years and years, and I've never used it. And when they told me that Apple Care covers it, I was excited, because I called. I have a phone through Verizon, so I called Verizon, and I still owe on this phone, which I was surprised. I've had this phone for a long time, and I have to have an iPhone for all my YouTube live streaming and everything, and I have to get the Max iPhone, and then with a terabyte of memory, which I know is a lot, but I need it for everything that I do. And it's $1,600. So I'm just going to get this phone fixed. I really don't need a new phone. And it's going to cost me $31. So what the heck? $31 is a lot better than spending $1,600 on a new phone. Plus, I'd have to pay this phone off with Verizon. So it'd be like $2,000 to get a new phone today. So I'm like, no, I'll just get this one repaired. Yeah, so I know Christmas is early, people. So anyway, back to what's going on with Trump. You know, what's going on here with these Democrats, with Trump in these court cases, they're still grieving over their loss 2 weeks ago today. Oh, look at this. Oh, man. That looks good, doesn't it? All looks good. Oh, salted caramel. Snickers. Oh, man. Nutella biscuits. Holy smokes. Oh, I love Reese's peanut butter cups. That's like my favorite. But there's a bug on that one. Do you see him crawling on it? Look. Can you see? There's a fly crawling on that peanut butter Reese's cup biscuit. Did you see it? Oh boy, that's not good. It doesn't look so yummy now. Anybody know what kind of fly that was? I don't know. But it was definitely a fly. Did you guys see the fly? Oh my goodness. Not for me. Oh, the Lego store. Yeah, Reese's fly, exactly. Maybe he'll get deported. But these Democrats are still in the denial phase with Trump's victory. And for them to continue these cases is completely insane. You don't think that Attorney General Matt Gaetz is not going to be looking into all of this crap that they're pulling? Oh, look at this. Star Destroyer. Really cool Star Destroyer. Luke and Vader. So the Star Destroyer with Luke and Vader is $159.99. Are you freaking kidding me? It's pretty cool. But a little expensive. There's no customers here and a whole bunch of employees. The prices are too high. Harry Potter. Hogwarts Castle is $200, $199.99. They are expensive. That's crazy. It wasn't even that big of a Lego set, right? Victor Davis Hanson says, no way Gaetz gets the position regardless. You know, no one knows because President Trump is in a whole new head right now, okay? It doesn't matter if Gaetz doesn't get the job. If Matt Gaetz doesn't become the Attorney General, whoever Trump's second pick is will do everything Gaetz is going to do and more. In fact, you never know. You know, Trump, people should, don't they read, has anybody read Art of the Deal in Washington, and don't they see how he operates? You know, President Trump, he's so smart, right? I give you an example, and this could be very well what he's pulling with Matt Gaetz. Remember when Trump was dealing with Pelosi and Schumer for the wall funding? I can't remember the exact number. He needed like $2 billion for it, right? So what did he do? He asks for $8 billion. And then they give him 5 or 6. And they think they won. And Trump's like, I only needed $2 billion. And they gave me 6. They thought they were negotiating. You know, so it's very possible that Trump doesn't plan on Matt Gaetz becoming the Attorney General. It's possible that Trump has somebody else in mind, one of his own personal attorneys. And he put up Matt Gaetz so that they'll have like total flip outs over it. And then Matt Gaetz, for whatever reason, doesn't get it. and then he plugs in the person he really wants. You know, that's a big possibility too, you know. Trump is always 5 steps ahead, at the very least, of everybody. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Now, Gates thinks he's getting it because he resigned from Congress. I don't think Gates would have resigned from Congress if he didn't think he was going to get the job. Exactly. Trump is very smart. And he always knows exactly what it is that he's doing. So I don't worry about it. Trump's got everything under control. Trump is the most competent person to ever be president of the United States. And he's the most competent person in politics today by far. He knows exactly what he's doing. With Donald Trump, you never have to worry. You never have to worry with Donald Trump. He's got everything under control always. I mean, do you guys agree with that, yes or no? It doesn't matter if Gates becomes the Attorney General or not. Maybe Trump's second choice is better than Gates. Right? Is that possible? Now, if you're new to my channel, my name's Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to my channel. Just walking through the mall here. I'm killing time getting my iPhone fixed at the Apple Store. This is a really nice mall. Yeah, Brooke. That's it. You're behind. That was like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, Brooke. I couldn't believe Brooke Hogan is huge. She had all muscle. I was like shocked. I'm not going to get a pretzel. I'm actually, when I'm done, I'm going to Popeyes. I'm picking up dinner for my wife and me. You guys like Popeyes? It's very good. We have fancy stores here. Gucci. Yeah, Florida is a nice place to live. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And in Florida, a woman said, "Get the camera away from me," she said. Oh, this is a nice window. Check this out. Woman came by, she said, "I don't want to be on that. Get the camera away from me." Wow, that's beautiful, isn't it? Wow. That's pretty cool. Trump, you know, he ran the greatest campaign in history. This campaign that he just ran was by far the greatest campaign in history. He ran this campaign in such a brilliant way. And next door to Louis Vuitton is Versace. Oh, here's the other window. That's a beautiful window. What's with the chains? I'm glad AppleCare covered me too. I'm here to tell you, I'm very excited that it got covered. All right, what time is it here? I've got 18 minutes until I can reset my password. Gucci or the Versace? All right, when Johnny Versace was killed here in Miami, and they had a couple-day manhunt before they got the killer, people were having Andrew Cunanan sightings all over the place until they got him. It was like a day. Sit down. This is my exercise. No sitting down. Cartier. Fancy. Now, I was telling everybody earlier, this is the mall that Ben Shapiro shops at and his wife. Beautiful sign, huh? Cartier is a huge store. Look at this. This is the closest we'll get to snowmen in Florida. A snowman made of carpet. This is Tory Burch. Look at this. What are these, flappers from the 1920s? The 1920s are coming back. Is this like a real dress to buy? Melania would fit in perfectly. Oh, yeah. Only celebrities can afford those stores? Yeah. Well, I told you guys that property values have gone up so much in Florida since I bought my house 20 years ago. You hear me say all the time I couldn't afford to move into my own neighborhood. I couldn't afford to move into on my own street now. You can see what I mean by the stores here, right? I'm surprised it's already decorated for Christmas. I am like totally shocked by that. I was not expecting that at all. I mean, it's not even Thanksgiving. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe, okay? Williams Sonoma, Tiffany. See, this is a very fancy mall. Kathy and I will come here, and one morning when I get off the air and get a Danish and sit over here and have breakfast at Tiffany's. Maybe we should do that sometime. Breakfast at Tiffany's with my wife. Oh no, this is... Maybe, oh, Lisa, maybe we can shop there after Trump fixes everything. Exactly. Exactly. I got to tell you, I am so excited that AppleCare is paying to fix my cracked phone. You're back over at the Lego store. Let's walk on this side. In the chat, let me know, when is the last time you bought something at a mall? The last time you bought something inside a mall. You went to the mall, you walked in, and you actually bought something. How long has it been? Oh, Trump knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, 15 years, 5 years, 14 years. I do buy my Vans here. When I buy Vans, I buy them here at the Vans store. I was going to buy a pair of Vans now on the stream, but they're playing loud music in there, and I can't go in there on streaming on YouTube. 25 or 30 years last month. Sears outlet, a fridge. 4 years. Wow. Let's see, I still have about 10 or 12 minutes till I can reset my password. Now, Macy's, remember Macy's in the first campaign stopped carrying all the Trump merch? What a mistake that was. That was it for me. I haven't been to the mall so long. There's a lot of stores here that were never here before. They like bright lights in stores now. This is an interesting name for a store. Offline? Is that offline by Aerie? Is that what you call it? What does that mean? Then they have a section going offline. Or is this like marketing against the internet? I think it's marketing against the internet. Governor DeSantis. There's the Apple Store. Well, what Trump is doing, I think, with these different picks that he's making, it's been 2 weeks now, right, since he won re-election. And what he's been doing is absolutely brilliant. He nominates these people, no matter who it is, no matter how controversial or not, and he doesn't go out and do interviews and defend the nominee. He just nominates them. And then he lets the talking heads talk about it endlessly. That's a new way of doing things for Trump. He's done with the media. They have abused him. They broke into his home. They arrested him. They got a mugshot. These phony trials and judgments and everything else. Oh, maybe I should come here to buy some clothes for the cruise. Can you see me wearing those swim trunks? I get my cruise clothes here. Yeah, he lets their derangement flow. So, him doing that makes it even easier to get his nominees through, because if Trump goes out there, and by the way, if you notice, J.D. Vance, Vice President Vance, is doing the same thing. Neither Trump or Vance are going out there talking about these nominees, and it makes it gives them nowhere to go. Right? All these talking heads with their endless attacks, they have nowhere to go with it. If President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, I like saying that, Vice President Vance, if they were to go out there and start defending these people, it would give them somewhere to go. Oh, J.D. Vance or Donald Trump said this today or said that today. And what's happening, the talking heads, they're talking everything to death. Neiman Marcus. All these slanders against Matt Gaetz, none of them are true. None of them are true. Is it just me, or is Christmas early this year at the mall? Do you think it's a little early this year? It seems early to me. We're not the cult. The Never Trumpers are the cult. Trump won the popular vote. The majority of people who voted for Trump. I mean, to be in a cult is a small group. So those of you that are Never Trumpers, you're in the Never Trumper cult. Some say early, some say not early. A lot of these stores I've never even heard of. Standard merchandising timeline? Yeah. Well, now that my daughter is grown up and moved out of the house, you know, I'm getting to that point where, you know, you don't pay as much attention to holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving that you do when you got a kid at home, right? It's sad. But this is most definitely a fancy mall. Here's the Rolex store. If you want a Rolex, go to William Youngerman. William Youngerman has a huge selection always of Rolexes. You'll get such a great deal on a Rolex at William Youngerman's. William Youngerman does the gold report. I'll talk to him about his Rolexes tomorrow when he calls in. You would have to be out of your mind to buy one of these. You go to William Youngerman's for a Rolex, you'd be surprised what you could afford. Costco is always doing Christmas, aren't they? It's always Christmas at Costco. All right, I just got the notification. I can go back to the Apple store and get my phone taken care of. That is awesome. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you all keeping me company while I was waiting. Hanging out with you guys was a lot more entertaining than me just walking around by myself, so I appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, my name's Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe. And if you're already subscribed to my channel, do me the favor of liking the video. All right? All right, guys. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.